Good morning everyone, welcome to another video from sunny California. So it's April 2025. I'm over here for a wedding which I've been threatening to do for a long time. So I'm staying with little baby George again, and I'm gonna walk down to the beach and back. So welcome along. You might notice I bought some gloves. I went to Walmart and bought some gloves. I've bought a new litter picking stick as well. I couldn't use that monstrosity I used with George a few months ago. That just done my nut in. It just weighed too much. It was just too big. It was like driving a HGV vehicle around central London all day. You can use it, but it's not very practical. Anyway, thank you. We're just going to walk to the beach and back today on this one and see what we get. It's about a mile down. You would have seen one of my videos from the canal, which is basically sort of the other side of that tree line over there. Just saw someone running actually, so I'm sort of running parallel to that video. So let's see what we get, and welcome along. Thanks for joining me. Let's go guys, let's go. Well, first few bits of litter, haven't had to walk far at all. I've noticed here it congregates in the curb side quite a lot. Curbs here are massive. You wouldn't want to hit the curb here. Need a new wheel. Look at the size of them. Look, they're about a foot high. So it's a lovely day guys. It's about 7:30 in the morning. Just decided, I'm jet lagged still. Been here a couple of days now. We went and got this stick though. I said to George, I can't use that monstrosity we used last time. That's just too much like hard work, that is. So these are like bits of tree that have fallen off. Let's pick them up. A couple of little bits. Let's do our bit for Uncle Sam. Absolutely hundreds of them though. Hundreds of them. So yeah, this is much better. It's way more practical. It weighs so much less than that thing George got me back in February when I was here. Although I know you wouldn't have seen them videos until oh, there you are doggy. Hello doggy, what are you doing up there, hey? So yeah, so oh, this is so much nicer. So I'm just gonna basically walk up the road and back guys. I don't know what I'm gonna get, just to make a video out of it, something different. Although I come here reasonably often, I'm not here that often. Well, not yet anyway. I will be, but not yet. So yeah, it's just nice to get out actually. I need to stretch my legs. Had a day at home yesterday just watching the telly, which is nice. Sometimes they're just great days, believe it or not. I watched a film that came out quite a while ago. Well, not that quite a while ago. We're not talking years, we're talking late last year, called Elevation. Should we make it our film review, guys? It's a bit old. All right, go on then, go on if you insist. All right then, all right then. All right, let's make it the film review, guys. I've never spoke about it. So, whew, I'm already sweating. Oh dear. There you go. So, all right, let's make it the film review, guys. Let's get the video off to an early start. So, as I said, I sat around the house then yesterday. Didn't have much to do. Watched a bit of football actually from the UK, which I managed to find on one of George's odd peculiar channels. Anyway, so watched Elevation. It's well, what's the guy's name? He's the new Captain America. Oh, I love a pair of underpants. I love a pair of dirty underpants. Ah, I forgot his name now, guys. I'll have to put it up on the screen. I know he plays He did play Falcon in the Avengers series, and then he's now the new Captain America. So let's put his name up on the screen, guys, because it's going to bug me. I just can't think of his name. So yeah, so he's in this film called Elevation, and basically humans have been wiped out by these beasts that have come from under the ground, come from the Earth's core. They're extremely aggressive and they've killed 95% of humanity. But for some reason, they won't go above 8,000 feet. So all the remaining humans live above 8,000 feet. And in a nutshell, they have to survive whilst they're up there. But some of them still require medical treatments which are below the 8,000 feet threshold. And basically, ultimately, after 3 years of living at this altitude, they're forced to make their way down to get things, basically. Supplies. Anyway, so yeah, so that's basically the film in a nutshell. It's about their quest to get back down, let's call it sea level for argument's sake, back down to sea level, and get what they need whilst encountering these, what should we call them? Let's call them beasties who are up to nothing but skullduggery. I think that's going to be my word for this video, guys. Skullduggery. See how many times I can put that word in. Skullduggery. So, yeah. So, overall, do you know what? It's only a 90-minute film. And it's not the greatest film in the world, but it's not bad. That's the only way I can sum it up. So, it's not the greatest film in the world, but it's not bad. And with it only being 90 minutes, it doesn't drag on. So I'm going to give it a healthy 7 out of 10, guys, just for that reason. So it's all right. So if you watch it, enjoy it, guys. Enjoy it, and Morning. I'll leave it to you guys to make up your mind on what you think of it. It is different. I'll give it that. It is different. So. Yeah, if you watch it, I think, as you say, with it being just 90 minutes, oh, I can see the ocean down there finally. With it just being 90 minutes, it's a worthwhile film to watch. So it's called Elevation. If you watch it, enjoy it. It has got a reasonable recommendation, but it's not, as you say, it's not going to win any Oscars, let's put it that way. So actually, to win an Oscar nowadays, you just have to bring out a load of old crap on half of them and you win. But let's not go there. Let's not go down that road. All right, guys, I'm going to catch you down the road a bit closer to the ocean. Right, guys, that was a nice, fortunate place to find a street bin. I've left bag 1 by it. Timing was absolutely perfect. What you meant to do with it, guys. So, what have I been up to? So, when I was over a few months ago, just to visit little baby George, oh, little baby George, we done a bit of flying because George passed his pilot's license in the UK. Just to bear with me a sec, guys, I've got to cough my lungs up. Right, that's better. Just got something stuck in my throat. So now, where was I? Oh yeah, I missed it there. Come on, Gerard. Come on, come on. I'm expecting to see Barry Schumacher at any point. Go on, Barry, where are you, mate? He's probably still in bed. If he's followed me over, he's probably a bit jet lagged still. He'll be around. I'll tell you one thing, loads of Barrys over here. Absolutely loads of Barrys. There's a Barry on every street corner. So, yeah, trust me, there is. So, where was I? Oh, yeah, George. So George has passed his private pilot's license in the UK a couple of years ago, and he's come over to the States because he wants to be a commercial pilot. Now, without going into too much detail, basically he's come to the US to do his commercial pilot's training because it's just so much cheaper than the UK. I mean, it's still not cheap. It's a good investment in the long run. Oh, it stinks of pee in here. Absolutely stinks of pee in there. Whoa. Stinky, stinky. But it's still much, much cheaper than the UK. So he had to get all his licenses transferred over. But as I think I've told you before, my children, we've all got US citizenship, believe it or not, apart from the wife, who, well, she has got US citizenship. She's the one who's got it. I let this surfer go by. Have you started? You finished for the day?
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
Okay, did you have a good one? Yeah, I think he said yeah, if you can pick him up. Such a strange world. I mean, living in London, and this is just so alien to me, seeing someone with a surfboard. It's just so alien. Morning. Keep going, mate, keep going. Oh, I miss my running days. I miss my running days. Anyway, where was we? Oh yeah, little baby George. So, little baby George. I don't know if I've told you the story of how he got that name. I'll quickly tell you. So, when George was born, my Andrea wasn't the centre of attention anymore. She hated little baby George. But basically, I fell down some stairs in London and I snapped the bone through the side of my foot, for want for a better reason, and I had to have some surgery to put it all back. We had no one to look after George, so he got taken to America, where my mother-in-law looked after him for 6 months. Oh, little baby George got dumped in the USA. No wonder he's decided to move out here. Anyway, when he came back, Andrea was, oh, I don't like that little baby George. I said, well, he's here to stay this time. He wasn't even a year old. And she said, I don't like that little baby George. And that's where it sort of came from. From that day, he was always going to be little baby George, although he's a big oaf now. He's just he's a big, strong lad, basically, a big oaf. He's a good boy, though, overall. I'll give him that. He's a good boy. He wants to be, otherwise I'm going to have to give him plenty of regular meetings. So, let's put this in the bag, guys. If this bag gets too heavy, what I'll do is I'll dump it there and then use that bin that I've just used on the way back. Just sort of filling up quite quickly. So anyway, so let's put up some pictures, guys. I'm getting totally sidetracked with nostalgia. I'm up to skullduggery myself, hey? I'm up to skullduggery myself. Hey, I've got it in again. I've got the word skullduggery in again. Whew, this bag has got heavy. I think what I'm going to do is just dump it on the other side of the road and use that bin I used a few hundred yards back to pile a few up at. I'm nearly down to the ocean. I'm probably only 600 yards away. I litter picked this, which you would have already seen. This would have been my first video on Super September. I hope you're enjoying Super September, guys. Some of these videos are being made 4 months in advance, but I want them to be different. I just don't want the same old London. Let's just cross over, guys. Keep my eyes out for Barry. I just don't want the same old London crap, guys. So you're getting a few here, a few here, a few there, a few bloody everywhere. Well, I've seen a can in the middle of the road. This is a good point to drop the bag. I won't forget it here. I'll drop it here, guys, and then we'll make our way up and round again. See you in a minute. Just found a bit of an untidy spot, guys, here in the middle. Obviously people throwing it out the window were up to, you know what I'm going to say, don't you? Because I'm trying to get this word in the video as much as I can. They was up to skullduggery. They certainly were up to skullduggery. Oh, this stick is just so much nicer than that monstrosity I had last time. It's actually half decent to work with. Let's cross back over, guys. So I don't get killed to death by old Barry. Barry seems like he's still in bed, actually. Come on, Barry, wake up, son, wake up. Oh, missed a bit there. Right, so where was I, guys? Oh yeah, so went up flying anyway after the me waffling on. I made a short story long out of that one, didn't I? I certainly made a short story long out of that one. So yeah, I went up flying with George the other day. We went in the dark actually to start with, but now he's got his instrument rating, he can fly in the dark. Then we encountered a load of fog, knowing that we was over the mountains that were like 4,000 feet. We was only about 1,000 foot over the mountains. I said to him, are you sure we're over them by enough? He said, yeah, we got to have a minimum of 1,000 foot clearance or something. So anyway, I'll put some pictures up, guys, of us flying, which was nice. Not the sort of thing you do. No, I certainly wouldn't have expected that years ago, to have my son flying me around in a light aircraft around the Los Angeles basin. So right, guys, the beach is coming up. Oh, there's a doggy. I find a lot of dogs here are so aggressive because a lot of them are just yard dogs and they never get out, and they're always like, rah! They always seem like they want to kill you. And then if you gain their confidence and show them a bit of attention and a bit of love, instead of them getting up to skullduggery, they're like, look at me, look how nice I really am, without baring my teeth to you. They become big old softies. Oh, right, guys, I think, oh come on, Gerard, I think we've nearly won here. We're nearly down at the beach. So, oh, there's a bit of litter up here. I think wherever you are in the world, shops are more of a litter place. I know in the UK a lot of crap's thrown out the window from cars. There's not a return scheme for the cans. You don't see many cans here. In the UK we don't have the return scheme, so we are, I think it's 2027 now. Can't come quick enough, but we also get a lot more knobheads, should I say, that buy McDonald's and then they don't want their car to smell of McDonald's. They just chuck it out the window. I know, they're up to skullduggery without a doubt. An absolute knobheads. Anyway, let's not let them frustrate me because I'll just spend my life angry otherwise. So guys, we've come down to the beach. I've not put my glove back on since I changed the bag. It was doing my nutting at the moment. I'm just going to walk here and then we're going to I'm just going to turn around. I've done the beach on a different video, so I'm not going to worry about it too much today. There isn't a lot actually on the beach. There's more in the roadway. So there you go, guys. There's something I don't see every day. Let these guys come past. Morning, lads. There you go, guys. Look at that. The Pacific Coast Highway, California 1. There you go. Litter picking. Wow. I've got to be honest, litter picking is what I do. I'm just in my element doing it, to be honest. So, it doesn't bother me where I am. I'll pick up litter anywhere. So, yeah, there's a bottle in the middle of the road. Let me quickly get that and then we'll make the turn round, guys, and we'll start heading back up the other way. Let's just get this real quick. Be careful because the traffic's on the other side of the road to what I'm used to, so I've just got to keep my wits about me. Right, let's get that bottle real quick. I'll tell you what, guys, I won't cross at the crossing. I'll just cross here because there's something else in the road, and then what we'll do is we'll make our way back up the other way. It's a hat. What sort of hat is it? Let's have a quick look. I don't even know. Anyway, let's start making our way back up, guys, back towards George's apartment. That's a rarity, a can. Look at the width of this street. It's just a street. It's as wide as a motorway back home, nearly. Look at it. 3 lanes and like a cycle thing here, and the same the other side. It's almost like a hard shoulder. Look at it. Bloody width of this street. I think California is 2.5 times the size of the United Kingdom. I know there's a few bigger states, Texas, Alaska. I can't think of many more come to mind. It is one of the bigger states. I think it's about 4th or 5th on the list. So, you know what they say, don't you? Everything's bigger in America. I've got to be honest, I'm dying for a cup of tea. I'm absolutely breaking for a cup of tea. I really do with one. I've got still probably about a mile to go before I go back. It's really got muggy. So, it's about 75 Fahrenheit, believe it or not. There's no real sea breeze coming in, which is a shame. It's certainly cooler down here than where my sister-in-law lives, further inland. It rained a bit overnight, but it's got warm now. It's getting really warm. Don't know what the time is, probably about 8:30 in the morning. All these people rushing off to wherever they're going. So, yeah, I am looking forward to a cup of tea, but I'll keep going, guys. You know me, I'm as hard as nails, so I'll catch you up the road in a little bit. I'll cut back in quickly, guys. I just wanted to show these lovely colours of these flowers. Look how nice they're looking. Look at them. How pretty. That makes a nice change from just litter, doesn't it? Look at that. Look how nice they are, those colours and whatnot. That is something certainly not to grumble about. How nice. Right, guys, there's one of my earlier bags, which I'm just going to carry for the moment. I know there's a bin further up there. I can't remember how far. I don't think it's that far. I'll just carry it until I get to it. It's not super heavy. I certainly can't bring the trolley with me here, can I? Not going to get that in my suitcase. Tell you one thing though, the trolley would be really handy, especially on these long streets. You might have seen a few random facts crop up, guys, during the video. Earlier in the year I done a few random facts and I was like speaking about them, but I've just decided to just put them up on the screen now. Otherwise what I've got to do is remember every one. So you might have seen on the video just a few random facts creep up without me actually waffling on about them. So if you have seen it, that's what it is. I will do some more videos actually with some random facts, but I think in the future I just don't think I'm going to speak about them. Let's just get this bit in the middle real quick. Oh, I better move my arse. Barry's on the way up. Now, let's get you out. Let's get that. I saw a bit in the middle when I was back there, but I've lost the angle of it. I think I can see it there. And I'll just cross back over. I've seen another couple of cups on the floor, and then that bin is just up there. Probably about 150 yards now. Right, that's better. Oh yeah, I can make that. These roads are massive. Right guys, arm's getting tired carrying these now. I'm just looking forward to dumping them and getting a fresh one on. So what I'll do is just make my way along this side, then cross over, put a fresh bag on, and then we'll make a start for the last push for home. I could just see the shops in the distance, which means I'm coming up towards George's apartment. So I'll dump these guys and I'll catch you in a minute. Right guys, there's bags 1, 3 and 4. There's bag 2 right away down the road. So I'm going to cross over, and I've probably got only about 650 yards to go, and I'll just see what I get. Right guys, this rubbish has really thinned out. I've only got a couple of bits since I dumped those last bags. Tiny little bits. So I suppose you mustn't grumble. Don't make for a great video, but it makes for a lovely street. So I'm probably going to only get a little bit in this bag before I finish it. I'm heading up to the road where, if you see some of the videos I made on my earlier trip this year, back about 8 weeks ago that was now, I found $5. Do you remember that video, guys? I was like, wow, I love America. So I'm just heading up to there basically, and my son's apartment's just over the road, but I'll just go up to the lights and come back round there. I know there's another bin, public bin. There is one here as well, but nothing else. Got nothing to put in it. So I'm just gonna, that's my plan guys, just to head up to the lights and back round. I get what I get ultimately. I'm not that fussed about it. So let's just keep plodding along guys. I'm absolutely breaking for a cup of tea. Absolutely bursting for a cup of tea. I'm sweating. This t-shirt I've got on is saturated. I've just walked and I just feel like a sweat ball. Can't wait to put it in the wash and put myself in the bath. So I feel absolutely horrible. Oh, it's going to get a lot warmer than this as well. April out in California is probably the equivalent to summer back in the UK. And this is a cooler part of the area. This is a much cooler part of the area, with it being do you know what, I've just seen a bit here by these apartments. There's the canal up there that I'd done a few weeks back now. Been home since then. Look, you can see people cycling along it. But that's been done. That video's been ticked. So yeah, I'm just breaking for a cup of tea. And I haven't been out that long, believe it or not. I've probably only been out just over an hour, I would have thought. Made the mistake of not bringing a drink with me. Anyway, never mind. Never mind. Well, as I get closer to the shop, let's just get a little bit more rubbish. There's a table behind me that's been dumped as well, just a small thing. Here, I'll just pick it up, carry it with me for the moment. It's like some child's thing that's just been randomly dumped. So I'm just trying to get myself comfortable where I can carry this table and the bag at the same time. So yeah, as we get towards the shops, it just gets a little bit thicker. I mean, nothing to what I'm used to. Nothing to what I'm used to, but just enough to start filling the bag slowly and surely. I think what I'll do is I'll just cross before the light. Getting stuck at the lights here, you could be here half an hour. This video I will plonk in somewhere in Super September. So I know I've already got one for Super September made. This will be another one. As I said, 30 videos in 30 days, guys. I've got to make them a little bit beforehand. Otherwise I'm going to be under pressure. Like when I made the Magnificent 7 videos and then I forgot to press the right button. I had to get up the next morning at bleeding the crack of dawn, if you remember, go back to the canal and shoot it because my time was running out. So I've learned from that mistake and I'm going to do it a little bit more in advance. I might even do a live September one near the end of it, just make one on the same day. I did do that once on one video. I can't even remember what it was called, but I went out in the morning and then shot the video and then I posted it by the same afternoon. So I'm probably going to do that as well, guys, for one of these September videos as well. Right, I think that'll do, guys. Right, guys, there we go. So that's bag 5. And that little table I've just dropped at the bin. So a worthy litter pick. I'm not going to grumble. I've walked down to the Pacific Ocean and back basically. So I've walked a couple of miles. I've enjoyed making these videos over here. I'm going to make one more, but as I said, they're not going to be part of Super September. I'll probably just throw that one in somewhere along the line before September and Christmas, in there somewhere. And so yes, guys, thank you very much for watching again. I am pooped out actually. Run out of gas quite quickly. So look at that, look, just noticed it. There's Barry behind me. Not quite. It's a tree. It's one of those telephone masts disguised as a tree. Look, I've only just noticed it. Look at it. There's Prince Charles. Oh, he's not Prince Charles anymore. He's King Charles. He's the monstrous carbuncle. So, right, guys. I won't waffle on anymore. I'll leave you to it. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'm off for a cup of tea and a bath, and you know what's coming, don't you? Catch you on the next one.